Hello, class of 2021. My name is Mrs. Lori Cantu, and I am your college transition specialist. In this video, I will be explaining the process on how to create your FSA ID. So please stay tuned and follow along. What you are going to be doing is basically going to your search bar and you're going to just type in FSA ID. Go ahead and click enter. Once you get your results, this is what you're going to see. The first one that comes out is the one that you are going to click on. It'll take you to this page, the Federal Student Aid and Office of the U.S. Department of Education. And basically it tells you right here, an FSA ID is a username and password that gives you access to federal student aid's online systems and can serve as your legal signature. This is what we're going to be using it for. It is your legal signature for your FAFSA. If you scroll down, this is the part that is extremely important for you to follow directions. So make sure you click on show text. You want to make sure that you're seeing what you're able to do. There is a create an FSA ID tab and a manage my FSA ID tab. You would only click on manage my FSA ID tab if you already know and created your FSA ID, but if you forgot maybe your password or if you forgot your username, any of those, and that is when you will have to click there. For now though, we're going to stick right here with create an FSA ID. Your username should be your ID number. So for example, I'm going to just use any 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be an ID number, and then after that, it's going to be your initials. So for example, my name is Lori Cantu. So my initials are LC. My first name will be in a capital letter, so a capital L, and my last name would be in a lowercase letter, so a lowercase c. So this is basically supposed to be how everybody's username should look like. Your ID number, a capital letter for your first name, and a lowercase letter for your last name, okay? When we go down to the password, it's literally just going to switch. So now my name is Lori Cantu, a capital letter L for my first name, a lowercase c for my last name, and then I'm going to be putting my ID number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously, that's not my ID number. I don't have an ID number, but if yours is like 21341, it would be LC 21341. So whatever your ID number is, that is where you would insert it. So if you look, it's literally the exact opposite, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course, this would be your ID number, then a capital letter for your first name, lowercase letter for your last name, and then just switching it up for the password. Down here, you're going to type in the exact same thing that you typed in right there. So I would put capital L, lowercase c, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this case, I cannot press the enter button, okay? If I do that, sometimes it does mess up. I wanna make sure that I use my mouse and my clicker and I click on continue. On this next screen is where we're going to start entering all of your personal information. So you will enter your first name, your middle name, and your last name, your date of birth in 2 digits, and 4 digits for the year. So whatever your date of birth is, this is where you would put it. So for example, if your date of birth is January the 15th of 2003, that is where you would enter that, okay? So make sure it is in that exact format. Right here is where you will need to enter your social security number. So it will be, of course, 3 digits, followed by 2, followed by 4. Make sure that your first name and your last name match what is on your social security card. If it is different, sometimes it might tell you that it does not match. Okay, and now on to the next set, the next area. This next screen is going to be where you enter your contact information. So in this first part, you do see where it says email and confirm email. This is where you would enter your school email. So whatever your school email is, so I can put 1234567 at ljisd.com. Obviously, that is not a valid school email. You would enter, of course, your ID number at LJISD. So I'm going to go ahead and put it again, 1234567 at ljisd.com. So you would enter the same thing 2 times. Right here, you would enter your telephone number. I'm going to go ahead and enter the number from the school, 323-2890. 2890. And then again, 956-323-2890. So this is where you would enter again the same number 2 times. They will be sending you a text message to receive a one-time secure code once this whole process has been finished. So make sure that it is a phone that you do have access to and that is able to receive text messages. So please make sure you enter a valid phone number that is yours or your parents that you will be able to look at as soon as this is done. Your alternative phone number, just leave it blank. You do not need to enter anything there. Right here, make sure you do enter your mailing address. I'm going to go ahead and use the one from the campus. It's already on there, but I'll go ahead and type it out. So I would type in the mailing address and then the city. For state, you would scroll all the way down to Texas. And there it is. And then, of course, your zip code. So this is going to be the next part. So once you have all of this completely filled out, you will press continue. On this next side is where you do have your challenge questions. As you see, there are 4 challenge questions that you choose from. All of these are particular to you. For example, what city were you born in? What is your mother's maiden name? What is your childhood nickname? And I can put, what is your high school mascot? For all of these, make sure you do type in show text, okay? So make sure that you do put that in so that you can be able to see how you spell it. A lot of times what students do is they misspell it. And then when we're trying to figure it out, they'll tell me, well, miss, this is what I put. I try it doesn't work. And it's because we're not spelling it exactly the same way. So make sure that whatever you do put in, it is something that you do know that it is spelled correctly. In the next screen, it's going to be purely a verification. In the middle of the screen, there's a little box that you just check off and then click continue. The following screen is going to be where they will be sending you a 6-digit number to your cell phone or to your email address. So please make sure that you do have your cell phone handy to be able to retrieve that number. You'll type it in, you'll press continue, and in the next screen, you should be seeing a kind of greenish box that says, congratulations, you have completed your FSA ID. And that's it, guys. That is the final step. You are now done with the FSA ID process. If you have any questions or get stuck in any parts or any areas, please reach out to myself or to Mrs. Reina Villarreal. Our information can be found on the Go Center website under Contact Us. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you and hope to see you all soon.